English. So Satguru Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji main divan which Darbar Sahib which is in the middle, yeah, in Amritsar. And Sari Sangat ale dole bandi hai. You know, remember? You know what it's like there. And we sort of lost that. Jadon assi ithe gurdware banane shuru karte na, we lost that because the Gore had a church. And the idea of the church is that they have a stage and they have an altar, and that, you know, Christ's body or whatever is in the middle. And we all face one way. Actually, Darbar Sahib, je tusi imagine karo, sangat sare ala dwala bendi hai. Jive tusi hun Japji Sahib da path karke hate ho, those of you that were here. When we started off, I asked you to, not like a puppy like me, but you to join in Shabad. Because Gurbani is kind of the only thing that kind of holds us together, you know, in a connection. And actually, people say, मेरे बच्चे मेरी गाल नहीं सुनते, साडी आपस च नहीं बनदी, or most of the stuff that I hear traveling and teaching, I'm actually a trained educational psychologist. So I was born and brought up here in the UK, in London. I went to a Catholic, very strict convent girls' school. And I tell you, the reason I'm just, sorry, Benji, you come forward. It's nice to see you. I like to hear from all of you. I'm just going to say something about myself, and then I'm going to ask you to say something about you. So we're not going to do this in traditional style. We're going to do this in like open style. Being brought up in the West, there was a lot of challenges, you know. And I grew up. My parents had a shop, and jithe o kam karde sige Kalyan da area siga. So back in the 80s, it wasn't as easy to be brown or to be a Sikh, even is a long thing. But just my gutta were lambiyan gutta, and I knew that, you know, no smoke karna, drink nahi karna, ये नहीं करना वो नहीं वो सारे रूल रेगुलेशन माँ बाप ने दिते हुए सी छोटे होंदियां ते वो कई विच रह गए कई आंदे rebellion भी होया. So your children right now, I asked them very frankly and openly. That's why I went into another room with them. I asked them what they want in their life, and many of them had these amazing answers. And I'm not sure that you know. Sometimes when we're adults, we're so busy worrying about what your kids need. You know, bachyan nu aa chahida, women need this, men need that. You're somebody's husband, you're somebody's brother, you're somebody's son, you're somebody's wife, you're somebody's daughter, you're somebody's sister, you're somebody's mother. There's all these roles, aren't there? But when you're chote bache, like jive naal kam kar de pe, you'd be surprised. Do you know what your children are doing now? In that room, they're designing their own Gurdwara program. I asked them, what do you want? And probably, when we see, let's experiment because Satguru is Hazar Nazar, right? We know that everything's in the Sri Guru Granth Sahib. Har ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ believe ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਹਰ ਚੀਜ਼ Sri Guru Granth Sahib ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਹੈ. So the idea is, if the Guru Granth Sahib has everything in it, then why are we still miserable? Why is your homes not happy? Why is there anger? Why is there divorce? Why is there dukh? Why is there pain? Why is there ununderstanding? We go every nivan so akhar kavan gun jeva maniye mant etre pane ves karta vas avikant. You got the eta nahi hai ki sanu kuch dasya hi nahi. Aata gal hai nahi, right? You got physical instruction, nivan so akhar, right? Kavan gun jeva maniye mant etre pane ves kar tavas avikant. So you got specific instruction: be humble, speak nicely, hold the space, create an environment of love. You know what to do. So where's the gap? There's obviously a gap, right? That's why they're not happy. That's why your children are not happy. Why aren't they happy? Where's their pain? It's the same dadiya and the same naniya and the same mothers and the same father that sent their kids to die on the battlefield. They've all just seen, they're all hyped up when they've seen the Char Sahibzade film, yeah? So they're all like really, wow, Benji, that was really good. Chote Dab Sa Char Sahib film dekhi. Fir main unhanu kiya tanu film vich acha ki nahi lagya? And they said sanu nahi acha lagya ke छोटे बच्चे इस तरह मारे गए, sacrifice की थी. And I said, जिदे बच्चे मारे गए, उन ते आँख भी नहीं गिल्ली की थी. So Dasam Pasha, it's not like the Dasam Pasha didn't know, right? Mata Gujri, Guru Gobind Singh Ji's mum, she said, enough. Enne Sikh Shaheed hoi ja rahe. Let's just get out of Anandpur Sahib. We're gonna die if we stay here. And Guru Sahib sort of didn't want to go, actually. He didn't want to go. And he told them he didn't want to go. He told his mum. He said to his mum, I don't want to go, mum. And the proof we have in history from it is Guru Sahib sent, do you remember the story? Somebody know? Yeah? Riji, you know? Tell us the story, what happened?
Me?
Yeah.
The first time when they made the promise that they'll not attack from behind and they'll let them go easily, the Gobind Singh Maharaj told, I'll prove them they are not right, they are wrong on their path. So he sent empty gadde with all this patthar and everything, and they attacked it. So for the first time, it was proved that they are not going to keep their promises.
कि अपनी ज़बान दे पक्के ही नहीं हैगे, है ना? ये अपनी ज़बान दे पक्के नहीं हैगे, तुसी कहने कैसी है तो चले जाइए, but ये अपनी ज़बान दे पक्के नहीं हैगे, and he proved it. He proved it. He sent the gadde, he sent exactly what Virji said, he sent the horses, he sent all the batte butte, and pichon unhone lut maar ke oh cheejan nu destroy, and it was proof. So what did he say? I'm not going to listen to you, mum, you're wrong. Knowing that what his mum was saying was doubtful, knowing inside himself, he knew inside himself that if we leave here, we're going to be finished. Our family's going to be apart. My kids are going to die. My mum's going to die. He knew it. What did he do? Did he fight it? He still went. He went. And I think that's just an amazing, amazing thing. Sometimes you know. It's not like you don't know that you're hurting somebody. It's not like you want to hurt your husband or hurt your father or nobody wants to do that. Appa born thodi hai ki kisi nu dukh dein vaste. Asi ta born hai ke look, who in this room is going to put their hand up saying, I purposely want to hurt my wife, my child, my husband? Kisi ne nahi hath khada karna. Kyunki appa hai nahi, and asi Satguruan di light sa. Inside you is the Guru. So when I look at you, I only forget. That's all it is. It's just a little bit of temporary pulna. You just forget that actually inside this man that's looking in my eyes right now, in front of this Vadiviji, in front of this bacha who's screaming, wants their dinner. भूख लगी है, रात ਨੂੰ ठीक से सोते नहीं, चिकन पॉक्स हो गए, स्कूल च प्ले हैगा, ओदी बस्ता लेना, ओनू चीज चाहिदी है, मां ने काम तो लेट आ गया, ओ ट्रैफिक च फस गया. In all of the chanchal and the craziness, you just forget that actually, there's some higher force working. Sometimes you just go with the flow. And the hardest thing is to accept the hukam rajai chalna. It's really hard. It's not easy to do. And I asked the children, imagine if you had 3 days left to live. 3 din tode ko reh gaye, 72 hours on planet Earth. What would you do, Biddy? Who would you spend your time with? What would you see? Who would you visit? What would you say? Who would you speak to? Whose hand? Who would you go? Where? What would you do? And some of them said, I would do pot. Some of them said, there's an intellectual answer, which isn't what I'm looking for from you. I'm not asking you the question that I'm not asking myself. Yeah, I'm not an expert here. I'm just your little sister who's come here because I had no choice. If you give yourself to something, you have no choice. So when you come here, if you stand here and you say, "Main khali bata, मैनू पता नहीं मैं थे क्यों आई हाँ, मैनू पता नहीं मैं थे क्यों खड़ा. I really don't know. Sadgur Court Panda Aage Hoi Le The, then happens, doesn't it? Because you don't really know. The truth is we don't know. You don't know that you're going to be a mother of 5 children when you're 15, 16 years old. You don't know. Kithe Sanjog Likhe Kere Kar, why are you in South Shields? Why are you not in Punjab? You'd rather be in Anandpur Sahib with a knocker and a nice big car and somebody else to do the ironing and cooking. We're all in the same boat. Don't think that you're the only one, because it's not like that. The fact is that we are grist because Guru Nanak was grist. Yeah, we've been put into householders. You got to still do your Simran, still do your Bhakti, and the problem is that that's not even enough. Sadhguru is telling us that we're not good enough if we're not feeding 10 more people. Forget about your own kids and your own family. You have to actually help 10 more people to be successful in the Guru's eyes. How are you supposed to do that? Why? Because you're doing it alone. Because you think you got to do it by yourself. When you surrender, when you lie down and you say, I can't do it anymore, and then your little bacha says, Mom, what's the matter? Can I help you? Or somebody comes, or the phone rings, or do you think it's all going to stop? You give up today. Walk out of the relationship. Go out into take the star off. Cut your hair. Trim your eyebrows. Wax your legs. Cut your dari. Do it. What's going to happen? It's going to come back again. It's so funny, isn't it? Jinne appa panga sareer naal lenne a, jinne asi unu sone karan di koshish karde a, ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਬਣਾਈ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਣਨੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਸੀਗੀ. He said, ਮਨ ਤੂੰ ਜੋਤ ਸਰੂਪ ਹੈ, ਆਪਣਾ ਮੂਲ ਪਛਾਣ. Look in the mirror. Look at me. When you look in the mirror, look at me. I'm standing in front of you. I'm inside you. ਘਟ ਘਟ ਕੇ ਅੰਤਰ ਕੀ ਜਾਣਤ ਭਲੇ. Come on. ਭਲੇ ਵਰਗੀ ਵੀ ਪਛਾਣ. And then that pachan is what? You just got to recognize that you're no different from what the Guru's made. If you imagine that you got 2 days left on earth, you imagine every day when you wake up, ke aaj Satguru shukr tera data, aaj mein hath pair muh sab theek sad salamat hai. What would you do every day if you woke up remembering that you're going to die? Because that's what he's reminding us, that we're not here forever. It's going to be sir pag dagmage nanjot tehin. It's already happening. We're getting into our, hun sade any flexible bodies nahi hai. Hun yaad aa raha ki assi old ho rahe hain. It's temporary, isn't it? This is temporary. And we spend all our life fixing what's going to go. This is going to be in the ground. It's going to be fire. It's going to be dust. It's going to be gone. And you spent 40 years trying to change it. And Guru already fashioned you in the way. Each one of you is so beautifully carved. Ik, bashakal, and ik. Each of us have got something so cool, unique. Each one of you, each one of us, each one of our kids. So the question is, if we know all of this, we know that Bani Parna Shakti mildi hai, Seva karna, why doesn't it happen? Why is there still so much pain? Why are the Gurdwaras closed? Why are there not fun places? Why are there not places where Gore and Kale are coming who are dukhi? Why are you not holding their hand? Because you're so busy worrying about your own problems. There's no time. ਅਸੀਂ ਹੋਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਕੁਝ ਦੇ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ? ਸਾਡੇ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰਾਂ 'ਚ ਅੱਗ ਲੱਗੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ. ਉਹਨੇ ਕੀ ਕਿਹਾ, ਉਹਨੇ ਕੀ ਕੀਤਾ, ਉਹ ਕੀ ਸੋਚਦੀ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨੇ ਮੇਰੇ. That's all we do the whole time. You do it 365 days a year. What does she think of me? She said that, he did that, she did this, he said. And look how few of you there are. I tell you today, I swear in front of the Sri Guru Granth Sahib today, when you open your doors of this Gurdwara and you bring the teachers in here, you bring the police officers in here, you bring the druggies on the street here, your kids will fly high. Nobody knows who you are. All they know is their children are depressed, ਜਦੋਂ ਟੀਚਰਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਭਰੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਹੰਝੂਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਅੱਜ ਮੇਰੇ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਇਹ ਹੋਇਆ you think they don't tell their teachers I'll tell you I'm a teacher I'm a secondary school teacher and I teach in Khalsa Secondary Academy and I'm a consultant there and the most amount of pain that I've felt in the last 3 months is from every child who comes and says today my mum and dad are splitting up there's a new dad in the house mum is doing that there's a new mum there's a sare karach it's the same story it's not you know the kar eha ag it's not just a endless philosophy it's true it doesn't just not it's not supposed to happen to us because we got the light we got the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji and all it does is sit here by itself under the Ramale and that's it somebody matha takes somebody does simran and goes home and then starts the same fire again and I'm only asking you and myself when are we going to do what Guru Gobind Singh Ji told us to do ਉਹ ਤੇ ਚਲੇ ਗਏ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵਾਰ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਵੀ ਵਾਰਤੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਵੀ ਵਾਰਤਾ by Mati Das, by Sati Das, by Dayala Ji. The list is endless. You're boiled alive, you're being cut in half, your scalp's being torn. You talk about one little hair, his Baitaruji's scalp has come off. Zakaria Khan had to have a chapair of Baitaru Singh's jutti on his head because he wouldn't have lived. But the fact is, jadon jutti pai sir ch, to fir Zakaria Khan theek ho gaya na. Oda organs oda natural elimination theek ho gaya so there's always forgiveness and when I asked your children today I said to them what do you think the problem is guys what do you think and they said our families can't forgive each other and I was shocked because you think they don't know but there's gurus that were 8 years old and the kids know they said they argue they fight they can't forgive each other and when they can't forgive each other then it builds so our children go to school and they can't concentrate they can't do their homework they're worried they're scared instead of being the bacche jere light dende hor bachyan nu sade bacche sahme hoye te dare hoye te gore sotde ha ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਬੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਅੱਗਾਂ ਹੀ ਲੱਗੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੈਸੇ ਕਮਾਉਣ 'ਚ ਸਾਰੀ ਉਮਰ ਲਾ ਦੇਣੀ ਹੈ ਬੱਚੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਰੋੜ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਹੈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਫੋਰਸਡ ਮੈਰਿਜ ਕਰ ਦੇਣਾ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਸਟੈਰੀਓਟਿਪੀਕਲ ਵਿਊਜ਼ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕੁਝ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੋਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਧਰਮਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ how do they know how many of you have gone to your children's school when it's Guru Nanak's birthday in November and spent £10 and just in a line or take a painting or take a photograph and give sweets and stand in the playground with your family why do you give jalebis to each other or you do prasad here why don't you do it in the school you think Guru Nanak doesn't live in the school why don't you stand in a hospital and give water there when somebody's in pain when somebody's in A&E and they're holding their baby and they're Kali or Gori or Japani and they're crying bacha ro raha pyo hai nahi kar ujde hoye hai why don't we do Bhai Kanhaiya's thing there because if you with your dastar and you as a Sikh do it there if you do it there your kids will be so safe your future generation you know like they say kulna tariyan jandiyan Satguru Mahapurushan diyan bakshishan nal it's only because they've done the seva we can't even look after ourselves we're so pathetic we are so kamzor I'm talking to myself I'm not talking to you I'm not lecturing you I am pathetic I'm worried about my apni mortgage apna car apne bacche sikh kive it's all about me and the Guru said chhad ke dekho when you start delivering and being there for somebody else you sort of forget when I listen to the children around me and their problems I can't imagine मैं सोचती सी कि मैं बड़ी परेशान हुई है कि आपा मैनू काले टायरा लैके ना वो पुराने जमाने सी वो मुंडे होंदे सी ते मेरियां गुत्तां लंबियां होंदियां सी और कुर्सियां नाल बंद होंदे सी मैं गिर जांदी सी मैनू टायर प्लेग्राउंड विच खड़ा कर देंदे सी यार लै सोटियां मार टायरां मार I was black and blue and I was so scared because ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਛੋਟੀ ਸੀ ਮੈਂ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਜੇ ਤੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਾਪਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਕਰਿਆ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਦੁਕਾਨ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਅੱਗ ਲਾ ਜਾਾਂਗੇ ਫਿਰ ਤੂੰ ਕੀ ਖਾਏਂਗੀ ਫਿਰ ਤੇਰੇ ਪਿਓ ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਤੇਰੀ ਮਾਂ ਡਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ it's like just normal bullying but the thing is that if that didn't happen I had bruises as a child all over my body and there was no questions asked and then suddenly when my mum took me to the doctor said ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਥੋੜੇ ਦਿਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗੀ ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਕੂਲੋਂ ਕੱਢਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਜੇ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਚਲੀ ਗਈ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦਾ right you wouldn't allow it right if something happened to your kids in the playground you wouldn't stand for it you got no problem you can wear your dastar you can wear whatever you want to wear and your kids could go to school freely so why are your kids not happy it's not from the external pressure anymore it's your pressure it's not them ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਸੀ ਨਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੁਣ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਬਣੇ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਹੁਣ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਵੀਰ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡੇ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਖੜੇ ਕੀਤੇ they did it I'm sitting in a gurdwara now that's been built by somebody who sacrificed something so that we can sit here but what's my problem I was born and brought up here I know the system I've got an education I've got some money what's stopping me from using this building and making it into the Hari Mandir of South Shields why is there not hundreds of Hari Mandirs all over the world because they're just gurdwaras where we go to check each other out see if we're all okay it's a community center where ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ ਇਕੱਤਰ ਹੋਣਾ ਇੱਕ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਣਾ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਦਾ ਸਾਥ ਲੈਣਾ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਦੀ ਪੁੱਛ-ਗਿੱਛ ਕਰਨੀ that's really important but what about the other side of it we're not using this space for what it's supposed to be used for you got to open the doors you got to lift the ramale up and take the shabad of the guru tell your children you know what today is March in March in our home we cut a cake every time it's a Gurpurab or Guru Sahib's birthday we cut a cake and we go and give it to everyone and somebody's sharing something it's not vand ke chakna in yourself you don't just come and put it in the golak because if you're not going to use the golak money to then take the message of the Guru outside then you've failed we failed Guru Ramdas didn't fail right you know that you know ਕਿ ਇੰਨੇ ਹਜ਼ਾਰ ਮਿਲੀਅਨ 40 ਮਿਲੀਅਨ ਬੰਦੇ ਹਰ ਸਾਲ ਉੱਥੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਛਕਦੇ ਆ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਛਕਦੇ ਆ why don't you have a refugee day why don't you contact a local council why don't you talk to the homeless shelter say we have a big kitchen guys you're welcome to come here and then ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਣਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਕਹੇਗਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਦੀ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਦੂਰੋਂ ਉਹ ਕਹਿਣਗੇ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਸਿੱਖ ਦਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਫਟਾਫਟ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰੋ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਸਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਿਊਜ਼ਪੇਪਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਾਂ ਰਿਲੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਆਉਣਗੀਆਂ not that oh this is an arranged marriage broken up parents 5 children 6 children in adoption agencies in care homes those will not be the headlines will be they fed 40 people today they fed there were 3 women who were homeless या ਜਿਹੜੇ broken families ਤੋਂ ਆਈਆਂ ਜਾਂ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਰੋਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਭੇਜ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੈਂਡਵਿਚ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸੂਪ ਪਿਲਾਇਆ ਹੋਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ and then ਕਿਸ ਦਾ ਰੋਸ਼ਨ ਨਾਮ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵਾਰ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਖੜੇ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਕਹੀਏ ਕਿ ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਜ਼ਾਦੀ ਨਾਲ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮੁਲਕ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਸਰਵ ਕਰਨਾ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮੁਲਕ 'ਚ ਰਹਿ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਅਲੱਗ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰਾਂ 'ਚ ਅੱਗ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਖਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਕੋਈ ਸਿਕਿਉਰਿਟੀ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਲੈ ਰਿਹਾ ਕੋਈ ਵਿਡੋਜ਼ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟ ਲੈ ਰਿਹਾ that wasn't what we were made for but that's what we're becoming because we lost the grounding and the grounding came when you connected to yourself Because there is nobody here who wants to hurt anyone. But we keep getting stuck into cycles. It doesn't matter. If you think that Guru Gobind Singh Ji never had these problems, you think that none of the Gurus had these issues, all of them were married. All of them had children. You think Guru Nanak de apne kar vich, there's his own children went another way. So what did he do? Stop doing? Start crying? Or is he singing, is he singing stuff to open our hearts? If we're upset because in our home there's something that's not working out, you spend all your energy in that. And you're like fuss janda na banda na spider's web. And that's what we're doing. So you have the chance to break free from the spider's web. You can go and, if I promise you, when you do something for somebody else, you feel better. ਉਹਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਜੋ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ but ਜਿੰਨਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਵਾਪਸ ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ. And it's not in moderation in any way. Teach your kids that. Tell your children, ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੁਖੀ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋ ਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਫੈਸਿਲਿਟੀ ਹੋਣੀ, ask them. ਅਸੀਂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਤੇ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਨਾ, ਆਪਣੇ ਤੋਂ ਨੀਵਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਖਦਾ. And the Guru is telling us all the time that ਅਸੀਂ ਸ਼ੁਕਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿਣਾ, ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਕਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿਣਾ. But the hukum is also, maybe we're not in a really happy home right now. Maybe there's some problems in the family. Maybe there's some problems in relationship. Maybe our children are not listening to us. There could be all sorts of issues. And I'm sure all of you have your own stories. But the question is, are you going to bring your problem here? Or are you going to just try to struggle with it between each other? Because it's not going to work. Everybody that you're going to go to, they're going to give you, I'm going to give you the advice that suits me. I don't care about you. I don't even know you. You know? ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਪਸੰਦ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਸੂਟ ਕਰਦਾ ਉਹਨੇ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਬੋਲਣਾ. ਉਹਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸ਼ੂਜ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਖਲੋ ਕੇ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਐਡਵਾਈਸ ਦਿੰਦਾ. But Guru does. That's why we know that when we're fussed, when we're stuck, how many people go and take a hukamnama? And not just take a hukamnama, live the hukamnama. It's really hard. Because you want a quick fix solution. And the solutions are not quick fixed. Har ek circumstance hamesha ekko nahi rehanda, right? So the Singhs were in Chardi Kala. All of these things were happening in Sikh history. Every single Guru had huge struggles. The Gurus sacrificed themselves. We know that they sacrificed for other people to live their faith freely. But we're not even free ourselves. We're stuck. And my question to you is, and to myself, is that when are you going to break the mold? Who are you waiting for? Imagine you've got 3 more days left to live. If you wake up every day thinking, Aaj mera last day. Aaj bas mainu 24 ghante mile hain. Bas. What would you speak? What would you say? What would you do? That's something that you got to ask yourself. We got to start training ourselves, reminding ourselves कि जे मेरे को बस just 24 घंटे रह गए on earth, what am I going to do? What would I do with those 24 hours I got left? How would I spend my time? Would I really go and argue with this guy about something? Would I really go and abuse this woman or whoever child? Would I really said, "Tu tenu ki chahida? Tu bar ei mang." You wouldn't, would you? And Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, Guru Har Krishan Ji, Guru Har Rai, Guru Har Gobind, Guru Arjan Dev Ji, Guru Ram Das Ji, Guru Amar Das Ji, Guru Angad Dev Ji, Guru Nanak Dev Ji didn't just say it, they did it. So we don't have any options left. उन्होंने कल्ले अपने घर, अपनियां भैणां भरावां, अपनियां बरादरियां कल्ले नहीं संभाले. उन्होंने ते सारी इंडिया नू आज़ाद स्त्रियां नू आज़ाद करता. ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ पर्दा अपने मूँह भी नहीं दिखांदी सी, ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ सड़ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਸੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਇਸਤਰੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ फ्रीडम देती. ਉਹਨੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਹਿੰਦੂਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿਤਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਆਰਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣਾ ਧਰਮ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਕਰੋ. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਗਰੀਬਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿਤਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਖਾਓ, ਅਸੀਂ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਖਾਵਾਂਗੇ. And ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਰਵਾਜ਼ੇ ਬੰਦ ਕਰਕੇ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਭੰਨੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ and ਹੋਰਾਂ ਦੇ there's no love. That's why nobody wants to come near us, because we got nothing to, we're not a magnet anymore. People would flock to go to the Guru. Chakkar me pave jo marji main jana hi jana gurdwara main nahi miss karna jo marji ho jaye. ਉਹ ਵੀ ਬੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨਾ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਜਿਹੋ ਜਿਹੀਆਂ ਰੂਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀਆਂ ਇਮਾਰਤਾਂ ਖੜੀਆਂ ਕਰਤੀਆਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਤਾਂ ਘਰ ਪਾਲੇ ਹੈ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੰਭਾਲਿਆ they did that. So I'm just asking you to say where do you think the gap is? Where have we gone wrong? How are we going to fix it? We got to fix it. It's not too late. ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੈ and don't think that oh yeah you know if I treat my children nicely if I don't they don't learn what you say, they learn what you do. So if you are going to get into situations that you can't get yourself out of, that's the learning you're giving them. They will model the behavior that we are modeling the behavior of our fathers and our mothers. That's what we're doing. Asi oi behavior model kar rahe. In some way we're influenced very heavily by our ancestors, by people who have been abused or people who have been in broken relationships or kar mushkila aaya. Mostly there's very few that can get out of that mold. Very, very few, unless you surrender and you give yourself to Guru. So the question is, how are we going to get out of it? All of us know what the problems are. Sade sareyan diyan problems kisi had tak ikko hi hundiyan. Kuch thoda vat kat hunda, thoda circumstance vakra hunda, but we all have the same issues. The question is, what did Guru ask us to do? What have we not done? Asi kuch te wrong kita hona kyunki apa kisi age sade asi kidhar pahunch nahi rahe. Sada ek vi bacha koi top da musician, rugby player, tennis player kadi kidhare roshan nahi hunda dastar par ke. Kafi हैरानगी वाली गल सी इन्नी आबादी there's 800,000 Sikhs in the UK or more now. Canada, America, we've got all the facilities that everyone else has. How comes our kids are not shining? Why is that happening? Why is it always that we're the community that looks is I know that the UK government thinks that we're the highest taxpayers, so that's a good thing, right? Our minority communities are like, no, these people, they work hard, mehnat karde hai, apne kar, inni te saadi reputation hegi hai. But we're also known as the most nastiest to our women. Believe it or not, we are known as the most violent community, the most sharab and jo vi gand kolna, jhoot bolna, immigration, fraud. We sade na sing likhya hunda program aande na TV te badi sharam aandi hai. So I'm asking you, what do we do? What are we going to do to change it? Because we know what the problems are, right? We know what the problems are. They're all out there. Why is it happening कि असी सानू साडे कोल पुल कित्थों हो रही है? तुसी दसो. आपां सारे इकट्ठे भैन भरा एक दूजे वास्ते बैठे हैं. Where are we messing up?
Ego.
Hankar. Okay.
Not following the Guru's instruction.
Not following the Guru's instruction. Okay. So what does the Guru tell you to do? Rath. So follow a code of conduct, yeah? So you got a TV, you got a laptop. Laptop de naal manual aandi hai ki enu is tarah treat karo te eh chaluga bhai. Eh ch pani na pana. Enu zyada watt di circuit na dena, right? Ede utte 40 kilo da weight na pana. Eh chaluga. So we got a code. We've got a plan, yeah? We've got a, what do you call it? A manual. And that's the Sikh Rath Maryada. So if we don't follow the Rath, you think we're going to fall? Benji, yeah? You think we'll fall? So do you think our problem is that we're not following the Rath? What's our problem? ego, we're not following our rat. What else are we doing wrong? Yeah? Rita, do you want to say something? What are we doing wrong? Let's be honest, ek duje to hi sikhange.
Hatred, a lot of hate.
Hatred. Yeah. That ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਫ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਭੈਣ ਜੀ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਮਾਫ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਉਹ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਸਰਬੰਸ ਸਵਾਰਿਆ you think that they didn't have any problems you think he could have said Guru Gobind Singh Ji to Mata Gujri are you crazy I'm not going to go I'm not going ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਮੂੰਹ ਤੋਂ ਜੋ ਬਕਿਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਵਾਬ ਦੇ ਦੇਣਾ I'm not going to go he could have said it He could have said no. He knew that if they leave Anandpur Sahib, they're all going to die. So why did he go? Do you think he had anger and hatred? Do you think Mata Gujri, when the Chote Sahibzade nu galla pa ke, jadon wo keh rahe hain ki assi apne pita da ek vi akhar giran nahi davange. ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੈਰ ਅੱਗੇ ਰੱਖਾਂਗੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਿਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਝੁਕਾਂਗੇ Do you think that they did it out of anger or hatred ਉਹਨਾਂ ਚ ਇੰਨਾ ਕ੍ਰੋਧ ਸੀ ਜਾਂ ਇੰਨੀ ਈਗੋ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਮਾਫ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਜੋ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਪੇ ਕਰਨਾ he's got to pay you hurt me so I will make sure that you will suffer so who's going to suffer You think the banda that you can't maaf or suffer kare ya tusi suffer kare ho jine 40 ton da nafrat apne dil ch toa pha ke apne anu that's what we're doing je sade shareer mote ya theek nahi a it's not food it's anger it's krodh it's gussa it's I can't let go how dare you do that to me I am a woman I am a man can't you see look what you've done to me You've destroyed me. You've taken my power away. You said this to my mom. You said that to my dad. My father said this. My Benji said that. It's like, what are we doing? It isn't anybody else that's getting hurt except you. And that's the thing that we forget. You keep on blaming somebody else. If it's not this man, it'll be that man. If it's not him, it'll be him. ਉਹਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਉਹਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਐ ਕੀਤਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਐ ਕੀਤਾ all the time right and the fact is that if you don't let it go it will not go you have to let it go and the only way to let it go is give it to him solution ਨਾਲ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਭਾਈ ਮੈਂ ਖੜਾ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਆ I'm here for you I'm always Shabad Guru Rahi The Guru is present, Hazir Nazir. You wake up at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock or 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. You wake up, you do a cold, I'm seriously telling you, I'm especially saying it to my sisters. When you're Ganga ja Mosam hai, Handera, appa waise hi down, December is not good for us, right? We are naturally sun babies, right? Sade bachya, sade mama de suraj kiran wale ਉਹ ਵਾਲੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਖੂਨ ਚ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਮੌਸਮ ਚ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਪੰਗੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਪੈਂਦੇ ਆ ਜਦੋਂ ਹਨੇਰਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਸਕੂਲੋਂ ਵਾਪਸ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਡਾਰਕ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਉਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਡਾਰਕ 3 ਘੰਟੇ ਮਸਾ ਰੋਸ਼ਨੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੰਪਿਊਟਰ ਜਾਂ ਕੰਮ ਆਪਣਾ ਕਰਦੇ it's not very nice so this affects your mood right and Guru's talked about that if you read Barama if you look at how the seasons change Guru's telling you how to behave on Monday, how to behave on Tuesday, how to behave on Wednesday. There's a Shabad in the Sri Guru Granth Sahib talks about the days of the week, talks about the seasons changing and how the mood changes and how the atmosphere changes. All we need to do is tap into the energy. So when you rise with the sun, your body's going to feel better. Physically, you'll feel better. Ote raat vich hi likhya hai ki asi kar ishnan simar prabh apna. Yeah? So all the things that the Guru's told us, the little chote techniques, don't drink shrab, apna cigarette na khao, jara maas marya hoya janwar hai oh jinna tarfda ਉਹਨੂੰ ਤਰਫਤ ਨਾ ਉਹਦੀ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖਾ ਲਓ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਹੋਰ ਐਨਰਜੀ ਬਹਿ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬੋਡੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਮੀਟ ਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਹੋਰ ਫੀਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਹ ਤੇ ਇੰਨੀਆਂ ਸੋਹਣੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਸਤਿਗੁਰਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੇਤੀਆਂ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੰਗਾ ਹੀ ਨਾ ਹੋਏ ਮੇਰਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਬੱਚਾ ਨੂੰ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੇ ਫਿਕਰ ਹੀ ਨਾ ਹੋਣ because he took it all away from us in the red. He told you to have one sexual partner. He told you not to cut your hair. He told you not to pollute your body with drugs and alcohol and cigarettes, and he told you not to have gutamas, right? You know that, char cheeza. We only have 4 rules. And in those 4 rules, if we don't break them, there's a starting, right? We can start to live. And then he said, you know what, I'm going to make it easy. I'm going to give you japji in the morning. I'm going to give you reras. I'm going to give you kirtan soila. I'm going to give you these little things that are going to help you. Because you're going to fall. And when you're going to fall, it's going to really hurt. It really does hurt. How can you be married to somebody? How can you give birth to somebody and feel rubbish all the time? ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਆਨੰਦ ਕਾਰਜ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਹੈਗਾ ਇਹਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਰਹਿਤ ਰੱਖਣੀ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਰੱਖਣੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਉਹਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ Forget doing the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Seva. You can't even serve each other. You can't even look after each other. Who's going to look after ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਭੁੱਖੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਨੰਗੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਕੁਝ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮਸ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੌਣ ਦੇਖੇਗਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਸੰਭਾਲ ਸਕੀਏ ਕੌਣ ਸੰਭਾਲੇਗਾ The Guru is telling us in this Shabad, I'm going to sing it tonight. The Guru is telling us about Gunvanti, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗੁਣਾ ਵਾਲੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ and the Guru is telling us ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕੁਚੱਜੀ ਹੈ which is you know what kuchaji means Benji you can tell us
ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਨਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੋਵੇ
ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ and then you got suchaji somebody like me who pretends ਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੜਾ ਕੁਝ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਪਰ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਦਿਖਾਵਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ then you have that who pretends to be the Gursikh who's got all the right clothes you've got the pug you've got the big beard you've got the nice fat kirpan but inside you can't forgive inside you can't control the tongue inside you got to get back because because it's not about you. You keep thinking that this person is angry because of you, but the person's not angry because of you. Maybe that person's angry because of themselves. Maybe there's something going on and they don't know how to sort themselves out and they're looking at you for help and instead of you helping them you're smashing them down big you're getting an even bigger bulldozer and an even bigger hathori and said you need help all right let me bring you more down ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹੀ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਚੜੇ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਅਪਸੈਟ ਕਰੇ ਜਾਂ ਇਹਦੀ ਜ਼ਬਾਨ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੰਗ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਪੋਕ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੋਵੋਕ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਮੈਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਕੀ ਚਾਹਨੀ ਹਾਂ right and Guru's got a solution to this in the Shabad Guru What's the solution? What's a Shabad in the Sri Guru Granth Sahib? Do you know what a Prem Patola is? Anybody know? What's a Patola, Viji?
A cloth?
Yeah. You imagine that you just started screaming. Benji's just shouting at me and calling me all sorts of names, right? ਬਹੁਤ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਆਇਆ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਤ ਮਾਰੀ something, right? And she's shouting at me and I'm listening to her but in my heart I don't speak but in my heart I'm saying Sagur Pasha ਇਹ ਮੇਰੀ ਭੈਣ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਮਿਹਰ ਕਰ ਦੋ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਬਖਸ਼ ਲਓ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਕੀ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਇੰਨਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਦੀ ਮੈਂ ਤੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਨਾ in different language that's what that ceases ਨਿਮਕ ਨਾ ਵਿਸਰੋ ਇਸਨੂੰ ਨਿਮਕ ਨਾ ਵਿਸਰੋ ਹਰ ਹਰ ਇਹ ਸਦਾ ਭਜੋ ਜਗਦੀਸ਼ ਇਹ ਸਦਾ ਅਬ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਨੈਕਟਡ ਰਹੇ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਦੇਖ ਲੈ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਾਂ but you're not talking to her you're talking to the Guru inside her everything will change all you're seeing is the man who's angry in front of you or the woman who's angry in front of you or the mother or the father or the parjai or the mama or the chacha you forget that Guru's even there but actually that person can't stand up because jadon the person is dead when it's a dead body the spirit rises yeah And you think, oh, if that was the last day on earth, if you could treat everyone in your family like it was the last day, kalo kadi nahi tanu milenge, aj unna da akhirla din hai, what would you do? What would you say? How would you treat them? And that's what the Guru is reminding us every day, that you are not living here forever. This is just a temporary panda. Thodi der da loan ditta hoya. ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਚਲਾ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਤੇ ਜੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਉਹ ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਤੇ ਹਾਲੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਦਸਤਾਰ ਕਿਉਂ ਮਿਲੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਿਰਪਾਨ ਕਿਉਂ ਮਿਲੀ we haven't even started to use it because there's no time is all gone by sorting out the fact that I didn't mean this and she didn't mean that and he didn't say that and I'm sorry and you never get to the solution because we spend all our energy in the chanjar. And the Guru says, if you put yourself in the chikkar, you're just going to get more dirty. But your instruction, my instruction, is that I have to live in the chikkar, but I have to be the kamalful. I still have to be the kamalful and I have to live in the rubbish. So there's no excuse. You know what a kamalful looks like. You know what a kamalful does. You know it gives fragrance to other people. And that's what Guru Hargobind Pasha's instruction was given by Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. Instruction was that. You know, that's the instruction. That you can't just go in this world by hurting people and not pay. Somewhere it's going to come back. We know that, right? Jad assi kisi nu kuch kahiye ya koi wrong kam kariye, kidre na kidre ho, tonu pata bhi hai paisya de naal hunda chakkar hai. Idron chale gaye, utho ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੇਈਮਾਨੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਉਧਰੋਂ ਨਿਕਲ ਗਏ ਉਧਰੋਂ ਨਿਕਲ you that's what the dud and the khoon was story ਔਰ ਕੀ ਸੀ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਠਾਣਾ ਕਿ ਉਸ ਬੰਦੇ ਦਾ ਨਿਚੋੜ ਕੱਢ ਦੋ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਜੋ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਆਨਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ don't do that to someone value your husband value your wife value each other. Because if you don't do it, nobody's going to do it for you. All you're going to think about is what a pig this person is. You know what? The truth is, it's in a Shabad in a Sri Guru Granth Sahib. I'm going to show it to you on the screen. If I think you are a pig, you're a pig. All you are for good for nothing, you're a pig. You know what's going to happen? He's going to become the pig. Because I can only see that he's a pig. I can't see that he's anything beyond that. So जो मैं देखांगी वही मेरे वापस दिखेगा isn't it जब मैं imagine करा ये था you're screaming and shouting at me and I'm saying ये था सच्चे पा ये था साहब ज़्यादा है ये था कितना सोर and he's swearing at me and I'm seeing him in a different way that's what a माँ does माँ की करती है और वो भावे जिन्ना मर्जी बच्चा दुखी करे जिन्ना मर्जी औखा होए whatever the kid is doing that's wrong, the mother's like, nahi, he didn't mean that. I'm a teacher, so I know. Jadon bachche ne jhoot bole aanda na ya koi galat kam karna, odo jadon tusi parent nu bula ke aande ho ke panji aj tode bachche ne na is bachche nu bada tang kita. Eda actually it's true, it happened to me last week. One of the students in my class father died last year. And there's one boy, he's very naughty. Te onu kenda, he said, you're worth nothing. Playground which kumdi pisi. Onu kanda, you're a little piece of rubbish. Not in that way. He used, a lot foul language than I'm using. And he said, teri koi value nahi hai, tere kol pyo nahi na haga, teri koi value nahi hegi. Tu ta yatim hai. Teri koi pride nahi hai, kyunki tera pyo nahi hai. Aur rondi na, रोंदी क्लासरूम च आ गई बड़ी रोई सारे लेसन और रोंदी रही जोग्राफी होया हिस्ट्री होया मैथ्स ओदे पल्ले कुछ नहीं पिया सारा दिन ओ कुड़ी घबरांदी रही रोंदी रही and I'm very lucky because I've got the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji where I teach so I was sitting down and she came in and we sat together. Some little kid said Miss Manpreet's been crying all day there's a boy and he said this and ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਕੌਣ ਹੈ so ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਔਖੀ ਹੋਈ ਮੈਂ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਆ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ and you know what she said miss it's not what he said it's just how I feel like he might be right that I am nothing and I said beti why do you feel that She said, because I don't have a dad. मेरा father मर गया, वो शराब पी के मैं मर गया. ते कहंदी मेरा I think वो ठीक कह रहा है कि मेरी कोई वैल्यू ही नहीं होएगी ਜਦੋਂ मेरा ਵਿਆਹ होएगा, कोई पल्ले वास्ते खड़ा ही नहीं होएगा. And she stopped, she's 10 years old, 11 years old. She wasn't worried about the boy getting into trouble or telling him off, okay, you did something wrong. She was worried about that nobody would stand up when it was Palle Tande Lagi. That's what she was worried about. And I became very humbled at that point. And the reason I'm sharing it with you is, whatever that boy did to her, to raise that emotion in her, she didn't focus her energy कि इन्हू मैं सजा दियां, होंदा कौन है मैनू कहने वास्ते. ओनू अपनी प्रॉब्लम पै गई कि हाँ ते सच्ची हो गया, मैं तो है ही, मेरी तो कोई वैल्यू ही नहीं है जिंदगी दी. तो ओनू हौली प्यार च लैके हुक्मनामा. You know what the हुक्मनामा was? I said, बेटे let's take a हुक्म. मैनू तो नहीं पता, आप गुरु कोल चले जाने, फिर किड्डी केड़ी गल होगी, असी सतगुरु नू पुछ लैने. Do you know what the हुक्मनामा was? हर जी माता, हर जी पिता, हर जी प्रतिपालक, हर जी मेरी सार करे, हम हर के बालक. Oh, that's finished. एकदम, no more crying, nothing. उन्हें समझ आ गई कि जिदा कोई नहीं है, वो है. And all I keep doing is I keep putting my hopes into this man, into that man, into my father, into the sister. Tu mere naal khada ho, tu mere naal khada ho. In the end of the day, you and me have one thing in common. We are all going to die. That's the only thing we have in common. And some of us are going to die gracefully, and some of us are going to have a really hard time leaving our body because we are holding so much rubbish inside. And there's no need. If you let the rubbish go, if you let the forgiveness happen, if you open your arms and say, you know what, Satguru, I really, and it's not, ek to hundi na chalaki naal kehna Satguru ko laana. And most of the people are the suchaji like me who says, chalo chalo, Satguru kol chaliye, Satguru kol chaliye. So you stand there and you do ardas and you pretend. But when you go home, it's the same cycle again. So we have to break the cycle. And the only way we will do it is if we stop it. Stop the action. Don't worry about somebody jinane koi mari kam, like Manpreet, little 10 years old. We got to stop it. Somebody's doing chugli, somebody's angry, somebody's doing ninda. Show them. Your kids will know. Pretend there's somebody that Veerji doesn't like. Veerji doesn't speak to. The kids know, flane hai sada mama ya sada chacha hai sada tai hai ya inu hai pasand nahi hai. Go in front of that person and hold them in your arms. It's very hard. Try it. थोड़ी देर बाद की हो जाएगा, वो बंदा दूर चला जाएगा, तो उन्हें मुक्का मारेगा या कहेगा leave me alone. Do it again. Do it again. You know, that's what Guru Sahib did. ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੁੱਕਾ ਪਿਆ, he did ਪੈਰ ਤੇ ਨਾ ਦੇ ਚੁੰਮ, ਜਿੰਨੇ ਮੁੱਕੇ ਪਏ. How hard is that to do? Oh my gosh, imagine. You feel it now. The people, just imagine somebody you're really upset with. And imagine the next time they punch you with their tongue, you kiss their feet. Actually physically try to do it. It's really hard. But the Guru did it. And you think you're better? We think we're better than the Guru? No. He did it because he knew that we need to learn how to do that. We need to learn how to be humble. Why do we do this when we come in? सारे कर दे हैं, सारे गुरुद्वारे इंज कर दे ज़मीन नो हाथ लाके. But you know, the mode is still, don't you dare say this to me. And even if somebody says something to you, why does it affect us so much? Because we've fallen. Because you don't believe that you're Guru Gobind Singh. You don't believe you're a Khalsa princess. You don't believe that Mata Sahib Kaur is your mother and Guru Gobind Singh Ji is your father. You don't believe it. You don't believe that you belong to Anandpur. You don't belong to a man. ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੁੜੀ ਦਾ ਜਨਮ ਹੁੰਦਾ, she is a kaur. ਜਦੋਂ ਦਾ ਵਿਆਹ ਹੋਇਆ, ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਕੌਰ ਹੈ. ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹਦਾ ਪਿਤਾ, ਉਹਦਾ ਰੱਖਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਇੱਕ ਹੈ. You know, so it's, you know that tum date ठाकुर प्रतिपालक नायक खसम हमारे. Do you know this shabad? Hum barak tumre. So if we're all his children, that means jera galan vi kad raha roz sanu ya jera okha vi hai oh vi te oda hi bachcha hai na. Asi ekko parivar de ha. So we have to break the boundaries now, okay? And the only way we can do it is through the Shabad Guru. There's no option for us. There is no option that you miss your Amrit Vela. There is no option that you don't do your Nitnem. There is no option. If you say, Chal aaj koi nahi, then theek hai, then see what happens. And that's why we've got a discipline that when we wake up in the morning, you do your japji, yeah? Doesn't matter how much problem is happening. Toast sarda pya, late ho gaye school vaste, bus miss hogi, ho gaya, you know. Just do the japji. Do the japji. Just do the japji. And if you did your japji, it's okay. Just think, Guru Sahib, main ta japji sahib kita, you better come here and help me, man. I need you now. And see if the Guru doesn't come. ਅਸੀਂ ਛੋਟੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੈਨ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਪੈਨਸਲਾਂ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਦੇ ਤਾਬਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਥੱਲੇ ਰੱਖ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਤੇ ਪੜੀ ਪੁੜੀ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਪਾਸ ਕਰਾ ਦੇ ਉਹ somehow ਅਰਦਾਸਾਂ ਕਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਪਾਸ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮਨੁੱਖੀ ਦੇਈ ਮਿਲ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਮਾਨੁਖ ਦੇ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਮਿਲਨ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਤੇਰੀ ਬੜੀਆ ਮੈਂ ਤੇ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮਨੁੱਖੀ ਦੇਈ ਦੇ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਮੈਂ ਤੇ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਟੌਪ ਕਲਾਸ ਦਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਹੱਥ ਵੀ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਪੈਰ ਵੀ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਮੂੰਹ ਵੀ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਜ਼ੁਬਾਨ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਕਤਲ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਅੱਖਰਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਪਰ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਖੜਾ ਕਰ ਦੋ ਉੱਥੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਦੋ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਉਮਰ ਸੋਚਦਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਐਨੇ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ you know the sas sora story that you know there's so few of them that the sas is like eh mera bacha that's all a girl wants girl doesn't want very much she ਉਹ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਭੁੱਖੇ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੱਸ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਾਂ ਬਣ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ she's going to be the queen of her house. You'll see in those homes where the girls are treated with a lot of respect. Those homes are really, 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 really safe. ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਦਿਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਘਰ ਜਾਣਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿਸ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਇੱਕ ਇਸਤਰੀ ਦੀ ਇੱਜ਼ਤ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ that means that house is fully content. Everybody loves her. And as long as she feels loved, वो सब कुछ कर देगी. Because उन्हें पता है कि मैंने प्यार मिल रहा है. But when somebody doesn't feel loved, whether it's a woman or a man, they feel empty. And when you're empty, जब भूख लगती है, you need to fill yourself up. You need to eat. Put some more food in. And when we're empty, if I'm empty, I will take your stuff away from you and put it inside me. And that's what this energy is. You take the energy away from somebody. So you shout, I'll shout louder than you. You do me a gala, I do louder gala than you. Because we're dealing with each other's energy. Yeah, it's not just me, Navleen, sitting here. There's a whole energy around me right now. And the Guru said, Rasna gun gopal nidgain. Asi ardas karke shuru kita. Ke the ki chaida. And the Guru is telling us in this Shabad that you have to forget. You have to let it go. Give it away. Maaf kar do. Khatam kar do. Chithi likh do. Dawa likh ke farta. Can you make tomorrow like it's the last day you're going to live on earth? When you wake up in the morning, can you phone everybody that you hurt? Can you pick up the phone? Can you send a text message? Can you send a heart? Hunte bada sokha बोलना भी नहीं पैंदा फोटो ही बंदा भेज दिंदा अपने बचपन दी अपने प्यो बाप नाल नहीं गल करदा बच्चा अपने प्यो दे नाल जदों बाप ने बच्चे नूं हत्थ च फड़िया हुंदा वो फोटो भेज दिंदा सब फिनिश्ड हो जांदा you can finish it or you can build it and you can make it into the biggest nightmare of your life and then that building, if your ground is shaky, everything you build on top of it it'll be an earthquake. And that's what's happening to us. Sada eh jera guru kar siga e is karke banaya ke o jere baar nu lord hai wo andar aake tho pyar leke jaan ithe andar koi aanda nahi kyunki dar lagda andar aan waste kyunki sade apniyan cheezan heal nahi hoiyan And nobody goes to that doctor who is not looking after themselves. You don't want to go to the doctor. Jehड़ा doctor ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਕਿਉਂ ਜਾਓਗੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਕੋਲ? ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹੀ ਵੈਦ ਕੋਲ ਜਾਓਗੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਰਾਹ ਦੇਗਾ. And you're all doctors of life. And we've been given Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji simply because you're sitting here, nobody else is here. There's 20 people in this room. And that's because they're only virle thore bande hunde hai. Both mass vich nahi hunda. Nikka change hoega. Eh bacche aange kahange sade gurdware aao. Today we're having International Peace Prayer Day. We're going to pray. Somebody's going to remember Allah. Somebody's going to remember Sita. I'm going to remember Vaheguru. Let's do it together. And your gurdwaras will start opening. And your hearts will start opening. And you will start realizing why we got the Shabad Guru. Because our job is simply to help other people and ourselves. Nobody is going to be able to escape this. And until we don't serve other people, we'll suffer in our homes. I promise you, if you as a mother go and help somebody read, you all know how to read, right? You can read English, sat on the mat, cat, dog. Sit with a bacha who can't read, jidiyan akhan nahi hai. Sit with somebody who can't sit still. Go and give 1 hour a week. Your life will change. Because Sadguru does come court panda aage hoye le. Tasi chaliye te si maar ek step ek te panda jaiye. Ek te japji sahab hai. It's just japji. It's not big. 20 minutes. You spend 2.5 hours in a ladai or 3 hours in an Indian movie. Right? 20 minutes of japji every day. 2 minutes of Simran. 3 minutes of sitting with your children before you go to bed. ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਲੇਟਣਾ ਹੈ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਨੂੰ, instead of saying ਸੋ ਜਾ, brush ਕੀਤਾ, homework ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ, you know. Just sit with them and say, you know what? Guru Ram Das is going to come in the night and protect you. Let's sing a Shabad. And if you don't know how to sing the Shabad, put it on your iPod. And you see कि वो बच्चा किस तरह सौंदा है. तो बच्चे दे कमरे च केरी रोशनी आंदी है तो बच्चा दी हिम्मत कितनी वधदी है 4 गुना ज़्यादा अगले दिन नालों हिम्मत दी वधदी है. आपां कहने बच्चे डरदे है रात नूं ए हुंदा. Every, you know, all our parents say कृपान रखो सिर दे थले बच्चा रो रहा है कृपान रखो, you know, लोहे दी चीज रखो. We got everything here. We got the लोहे दी चीज, we got the lakkar, we got everything we need. The Guru gave it to us. Right? We got everything we need. Everything's here. Everything, all the techniques, the thanda pani, ishnan, when you wake up, when the sun rises, your body, you can't eat rubbish. Jis din tusi amrit vele uthde ho, udo tode kolo nahi khada janda tel ya oh ja food, jaldi neend bhi aa jandi hai, aram naal banda so bhi janda. He gave you all the techniques. The manual is written with the computer. Data tayar si, manual tayar hai. Nothing's going to happen. If we decide not to read the manual, if you decide to leave the Guru Granth Sahib under those rumale and not read from it and not bring that Shabad into your heart, you know, the most beautiful thing is that you have to be a father and you have to be a mother because that child came to you. That spirit, jehdi रूह सीगी, जदों माँ pregnant होई है, उन्हें रूह ने choose कीता कि मैं ऐस माँ कोल जाना, मैं ऐ प्यो कोल जाना, मैं ओ दादे कोल आना, मैं ओ नानी कोल बैना. The spirit chooses, right? फिर ओदी जेड़ी अगो चीज़ां होनियां, ओ भी ते ओ देगा ते सी परोसा ते रखिए. असी पहले ही डोल जाने आ, because we don't have the dory that the prabhat तुम्हारे, when your father or mother or whoever it was, whoever gave you that palla, it's not the palla that this man is going to come and look after you, he's going to provide for you. You don't go around each other, you go around the Shabad Guru. Your marriage is sanctioned by your Guru. Your Guru is Hazir Nazir when you get married, right? My marriage, your marriage, everyone who's married in this room, the Guru is present. But when you want to have a divorce, you don't come here. You go and ask a psychologist or a solicitor or somebody else, I don't get on with him. Okay, you don't get on with him, find another one, find another one, find another one. Same thing's going to happen again and again and again and again. You know why? Because the only thing we don't do is look inside ourselves. It's always somebody else's fault. You're to blame, it's your fault. Une kita, teri maa ne kya, tera pyo ne kya. It doesn't stop. It'll never stop. You ask anybody who's married and divorced whether it's better the second time round. It ain't. It's never better. There's never a better life. The only time it starts to get better is when you start to heal here. The things that you don't like about the relationship, you have to work at it. You have to change it, and you can change it. The only way you can do it is if you bring it to the Guru, take the dukh and take the pand and bring it in front of the Sri Guru Granth Sahib and take a hukamnama, and the Guru will speak to you. I've never ever taken, kadi nahi hoya ke tusi aap itne siyane ho, itne achhe ho, sangat kar deo. Kadi nahi honda ke tusi sache paatshah age ardas karo suchi te tonu jawab na mile. Has that ever happened? No. Because the Guru is going to give. He's the provider. He's the denda de lande. Asi thak jane la ke, but o denda de lande thak pai. So we're going to sing this Shabad together. Okay? We're going to do something together now. And I just want you to just really relax with your breath. You don't get a chance to do this. Your children are not here, some of them. And some of them are here and they're being so good. So I just want you to take a breath, close your eyes, just take a very deep breath in. Okay, we're going to try this. We're going to try this. So I'm going to ask you to put your hands, ਇੱਥੇ ਇੱਕ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਬਣੀ ਹੋਈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਫੀਲ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇਹ ਪਲੇਟ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਦੋਨੋਂ it's called the rib, it's not the rib cage, that's lower down. What's this? Sternum. Is it the sternum here? Underneath where the heart cage is, yeah? So if you put your two thumbs together, there's a little jagah here. You feel it. और छोटी जी जगह बनी है जिਵੇਂ दोनों thumb जिਵੇਂ natural जगह बनी हुई है ਇੱਥੇ ਰੱਖਣ ਲਈ. Feel it in your own body. You can actually feel a space. It's like a little tiny अंगूठा ਦੀ जगह बनी हुई है. दोनों अंगूठे इकट्ठे करके. Sit straight. Put your body straight. Imagine that there's a string on the top of your head pulling you up. Okay? I'm just going to ask you to breathe very long and very deep with your eyes closed and breathe through your nose. So you keep your mouth closed. Don't worry about anybody. Don't look at anybody. Just breathe through your nose. So you're only listening to your own breath. ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਅੰਦਰ ਦਾ ਸਾਹ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਸਾਹ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ. Just hold that sense of yourself. ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਗੁਰੂ. ਕੋਈ in between ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. ਕੋਈ ਵਿਚੋਲਾ ਨਹੀਂ. ਕੋਈ ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ. It's just you and your guru. And you can ask anything you want. And you can say anything you want. So just take a deep breath in. Exhale. Take another deep breath in. Exhale. Can you take another deep breath in? Exhale. And another deep breath in. Exhale. And another deep breath in. Exhale. Keep your eyes closed. One more deep breath in. Exhale. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And this time as you breathe in, anything that you don't want in your body, any anger, any pain, any physical problem, breathe it out. Just let it go. Guru Granth Sahib Ji de agge toda pita baitha tode vaste. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Let's believe that the Guru is with us and will take all the pain away and take all the hurt away, because we deserve to live free. Let's sing together. हो आया दूरों चल के मैं तकी तो सरनाई जियो, मैं आशा रखी चित में मेरा सब दुख गवाई जियो. Take a deep breath in. हो आया दूरों चल के मैं तकी तो सरनाई जियो. हो आया दूरों चल के मैं तकी तो सरनाए जियो. हो आया दूरों चल के मैं तकी तो सरनाए जियो. मैं आशा रखी चित में मेरा सबो दुख गवाए जियो. मैं आशा रखी चित में मेरा सबो दुख गवाए जियो. मैं आशा रखी चित में मेरा सबो दुख गवाए जियो. मेरा सबो दुख गवाए जियो. वाहे गुरु 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 वाहे मेरा सबो दुख गवाए जियो मैं आशा रखी चित में मेरा सबो दुख गवाए जियो हो आया दूरों चल के मैं तकी तो शरणाए जियो मैं आशा रखी चित में मेरा सबो दुख गवाए जियो मैं आशा रखी चित में मेरा सबो दुख गवाए जियो मेरा सबो दुख गवाए जियो मेरा सबो दुख गवाए जियो. Take a deep breath in. Believe that he'll take the pain away. Exhale. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. तुद आ गए अरदास हमारी जियो पिंड सब तेरा कहो नानक सब तेरी वड्याई कोई नाम न जाने मेरा तुद आ गए अरदास हमारी जियो पिंड सब तेरा कहो नानक सब तेरी वड्याई कोई नाम न जाने मेरा कोई नाम न जाने मेरा कोई नाम न जाने मेरा. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. भुलना चुका दी खिमा बख्शी सरबत कारज रास करने सही प्यारे मेल जिना मिलिया तेरा नाम चितावे नानक नाम चढ़दी कला तेरे पाने सरबत दा भला. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. So let's go out and do the work. We got no choice. Sarbat Dapala is our job. We got to go there and help and heal and love and forgive. And don't wait till tomorrow. We've got to start now. So let's do it together. बच्चियां ने सानू आके दसना कि उन्हां नू की चाहिदा वो दसणगे तुसी इकट्ठे होके करना. You can do this. Your kids need you to do this. We've got to do it together. So every week is too much. Once a month, start slow. Open the Gurdwara doors. Call the people. Tell them there's a fun day happening. This day where we're going to Play-Doh. We're going to make plasticine. We're going to make jelly. I don't know what it is that you're going to do. Get the other children in the street to come in here. Talk to your schools. Talk to the local masjid. Talk to the mosque. Talk to the mandir. Talk to the police. Talk to the people around you. And show them who the Guru is. Show them the light in the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Because that light doesn't belong to us anymore. You have to open the door. You have to take the Rumala off and show them what the Shabad Guru does. Show them in your home first. Show them how you can be nice to each other. How you can love each other. And then you start building it. Yeah? Sadi foundation strong hai. Nee pathar saya me Musliman ne rakhya. Guru could have had his own kids doing it. He did everything. He showed us. His best friend was a Muslim. He never told him to change who he was. He just loved him. And you got that chance to make this Gurdwara, this building, a place of love and a place of service. Or you can go on as you've been going. And the minute the kids come here, they're going to be like, oh, I can't wait to go to the Gurdwara. It's so cool. You can play football there. Why isn't there a tennis? Teej Kiddan Wali. Why isn't there some pictures on the wall that's fun? Because we didn't do it for them. And we can. I'm just going to invite you all to try it. ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਕੋਲ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਗਿਫਟ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ and we've got to work at it, get it out and give it away before it's too late. Remember, it might be over tomorrow. You might not live. So if you remember that every day is your last day, how would you live? It'd be really different, wouldn't it? So let's try and do that together. We're going to have a few hours break and we're going to do some kirtan and some reras and fill this divan with love. Fill it with loads of energy that your children just can't stay away from here. This has to be the coolest place to come in South Shields. Whether you're a Sikh or you're not, it's got to be a happening place. All right? You got to make it happen. At Christmas, 20 days away, I think you should do it. Christmas. Open the door. Kinne gore kalle baithde hain, ek duje naal gallan nahi karde. Apni tree laga lo thek. Kuch bhi kar lo. Open your doors. Say we're going to have a meal together, all of us. We're going to cook it together. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋਗੇ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਘਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਸਾਡਾ ਘਰ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਇਹ ਘਰ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਘਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਚਾਹ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਆਉਂਦਾ you serve them but actually you feel so good that your heart and your home is filled and that's what we got to do. We got to make this an extension of our home. You got to do it. You can't just be a mum to your own kids. You got other people's kids to look after as well as your own. You're an amazing mother. You're an amazing father. You're an amazing dada, chacha, mama. You got to be a mama to all of them. Because some of them are having a hard time at home. And you might be the only one that they meet in the Gurdwara and says, "But come here, let me give you a hug. Sometimes it's not even money, Virji Benji. Sometimes it's just a little tap on the back or a hug or a little thing you can write on a paper, say, I love you. How many of us write I love you on a piece of paper and give it to our kid and put it in their pocket? Secretly. ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਕੂਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਜੇਬ 'ਚ ਹੱਥ ਟਿਸ਼ੂ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਤੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ You know what? The Guru wrote 1,430 times that he loves us. 1,430 pages of love. And we didn't even remember to tell our kids. So 1,430 ang of pure love. And we're full of anger. No more. Say no. Say no. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to engage in it. I'm only going to have a dialogue of love. I'm going to fill my home with so much love कि मेरे घरों कोई जान दा ना ही ना ले ये मेरा घर है ये मेरा गुरु दा घर है इत्थे कोई आए ते इन्ना उन्हें खिलाओ पिलाओ खिलाओ हसंदे खिलांदे आपा सारा कुछ पढ़दे दे है Let's do it. Let's do it together. You can't do it by yourself. You need each other. So you got the Sangat and the Pangat, the Miri and the Piri, the Rat and the Guru, the Shabad Guru and the Rat Maryada, Dasam Pasha, Bani. You got the warrior and the saint. You don't need anything else. Don't look anywhere. All right, we've got to do this together. Every single Gurdwara up and down the country's got to make. This is the home of love. This is if you're Kala, if you're China, if you're hot, if you're cold, if you're hungry, if you're fed up, you want to talk to somebody, you go come here. This is where it's happening. You imagine what's going to happen in the next 5-6 months if you put that kind of energy. Everything will change. Thodi sacrifice karna, samadha. ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਸਮਾਈਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਜਦੋਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਦੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਸਮਾਈਲ ਕਰੋਗੇ, ਉਹ ਘਰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਕੀ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਕਰੇਗਾ? ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਸ਼ੁਕਰ ਕਰੇਗਾ. And that's what we have to do, okay? So let's try and do that together. There's lots of lovely people in this room who are so learned, who are so blessed. You just got to hug each other more. Stop this. Yeah, open your arms and hold each other's hand. क्योंकि ਆਪਾਂ एक दूजे ਨੂੰ ਫੜਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਫੜ ਲਏਗਾ. ਆਪਾਂ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਰਵਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ lost ਹੋ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ. Lost ਹੋ ਗਏ. But ਭੂਲੇ ਮਾਰਗ ਜਿਨੇ ਬਤਾਇਆ ਐਸਾ ਗੁਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵਡਭਾਗੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਉਹ ਹੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੈ ਨਾ. ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਭਾਗ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਤਿਗੁਰਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਅਸੀਸਾਂ ਲਓ. ਅਸੀਸਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਸੋਹਣੇ ਬਣਾ ਲਓ. This is the best makeup and the hairstyle. The best spa day you can get is when you shabad, you drown yourself in Japji and Reras and Jap Sahib and Keetan Solai. Drown yourself in the Bani. You will shine. You're so beautiful anyway. And then give it. And then look how many blessings will come and kis tarah tode karan ch swarg nahi bande and kis tarah tode mailan de mail and everything. All you want will come true. You know all of this. You know it. Sometimes we forget, so we need each other's to hold each other's hand. Anybody that doesn't want to hold anybody's hand doesn't need to come in. You know, stop it, kill it. If there's a ninda, it's a chugli, don't let it run. Finish it. Finish. And you can do this together, okay? So let's try in the next couple of months to work with each other. You need a little team of women, a little team of men, men and women together. 3 hours. We do this once a Saturday. We don't even have a Gurdwara that's open like this. So, sanu hall hire kar lende asi. चीने बच्चे काले गोरे सारे कृपाना बनाते हैं ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਜੂਲ ਸਟਿਕ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋਹਣੇ ਹਾਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਆਈਸਕ੍ਰੀਮ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਖੇਡਦੇ ਆ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਫਿਰ 10 ਫਰੈਂਡ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਤਾਂ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਫੂਡ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਇਟਸ ਲਾਈਕ ਅ ਬਰਥਡੇ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਇਟਸ ਲਾਈਕ ਅ ਹਿਊਜ ਬਰਥਡੇ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਐਵਰੀ ਸੈਟਰਡੇ ਇਟਸ so much fun and on top of that they teach you to meditate top of that they give you some nice food and somebody you don't know somebody just gave me a hug. And you know what? My mom's not hugged me for 4 years. Imagine how many Guru Nanaks we have sitting inside this room who could be the light. That's what you are. You're the lighthouse, all right? So we haven't got any more excuses now. You got to make your team. Children need food. They need some langar. They need some space. They need a little swing. They need a football. They need your time. That's it. Start with your kids. Your kids will tell the other children. And this place will be the light of this city. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਜੇ ਮੇਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਂਦਾ ਕੁਈਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਂਦੀ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਮੱਥੇ ਟੇਕਣਗੇ ਰਗੜਨਗੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਜੋ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰੂਗੀ because you do what you're saying, you practice what you preach, yeah? The selflessness happens. That's what we got to do. We'll do it together. If you feel you're alone, that's when you're lost. And Guru destroyed that by giving you the Sangat. And you are so lucky because you don't have, you know, everything in this Gurdwara is done by each other. Tusi aap simran kar deo, aap paat kar deo. You do everything yourself. And believe me, your kids, they're ready already. Give them the chance. They're ready to go. They're fireballs. Chota je bachche ne hukamnama leta when I came in. It's not happening in other cities. Ginati te vi nahi hage. So just take that deep breath in. Remember always to breathe. Every time you take your saw in, ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ, you just stop and breathe. And you know, when you breathe and stop, you just know what, you'll know the answer. You'll know what, you don't need to ask anybody else. You don't need to ask anybody anything. Because when you stop for a second and you breathe, your answer comes to you. But you just don't give each other that opportunity to fall. ਕੋਈ ਡਿੱਗ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਹਦਾ ਹੱਥ ਫਟਾਫਟ ਉਹਦਾ ਹੱਥ ਫੜ ਲਓ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਡਿੱਗਣ ਨਾ ਦਿਓ. ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੀਬੀ ਪਾਣੀ ਨੇ ਇਹੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਨਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਭਗਤੀ 'ਚ ਵਿਗੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਣ ਦਿੱਤਾ. ਪੈਰ ਰੱਖਤਾ ਥੱਲੇ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਜ਼ਖਮ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਪਰ ਪੈਰ ਰੱਖਤਾ ਥੱਲੇ. ਖੂਨੋ ਖੂਨ ਦੀਆਂ ਨਦੀਆਂ ਵਗੇ. ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਆਨੰਦ ਪਿਆ ਮੇਰੀ ਮਾਏ, ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਮੈਂ ਪਾਇਆ. So let's try that together, okay? We're going to do this together, and I really hope that anything that you need, you have the people. There's people sitting in this room who are well equipped. You don't need anyone from outside. You got what it takes, and you know you got what it takes. So now you got to do it. Okay, take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take a deep breath in again. Exhale. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudeva Name. Inhale. Exhale. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.